Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rebel Racing Network and the National Outlaw Racing Association ARCA Series, coming to you live from the virtual Oswego Speedway, a 6/10 of a mile dirt oval located in Oswego, New York, just south of Lake Ontario, where these drivers will compete throughout the night through multiple heat races, a consolation race, and then our feature event of 50 laps. Weather tonight is beautiful. It is a nice clear skies and 67 degrees out. Track temperature currently sitting at 65 degrees. And once again, we will have multiple races for you tonight in true dirt track fashion. We will have 8-lap heat races. Looks like we will get about 3 heat races tonight. A 12-lap consolation race. And then once again, the feature will be a 50-lap shootout to see who's going to take the win here on the dirt. I tell you what, guys, I've got my eye on that 17 of Hunter Geyer tonight. He is currently sitting atop the leaderboard, a full 1/10 of a second faster than anyone else in the field. Joshua Hyatt currently sitting in second on the leaderboard. Craig Peterson in third. And this is going to be the night where we're going to see probably some unfamiliar faces making their way up to the front. It is a new beast for these ARCA drivers to tackle. And we're seeing some of our normal front runners falling a little bit in the pack. Seth LaCroix is currently sitting back there in fourth with the 4th fastest lap. Joseph Truskowski all the way back there in 17th with the 17th fastest lap. Vincent Isabella currently sitting in 25th atop our leaderboard. So our familiar faces up front, a lot of them looking like they're going to be struggling tonight as we head to the dirt track. We have about 6 minutes remaining till qualifying starts. A quick update for UCup Series fans. We are working on re-airing the race from last night from Watkins Glen. I do apologize to all the drivers and fans who were looking forward to seeing that race broadcast here on the Rebel Racing Network. I was out of town with my family celebrating Thanksgiving, but we will be re-airing that race with live commentary later on this week. We are still working out the details on that. But make sure you stay tuned because I have been told that it was an exciting finish, including a 5-way battle for the race win. We've got a quick update on the NORA point standings. Currently, we have Preston Shepard leading the points race with 687 points. Seth LaCroix in second with 625 points. Wesley Lynch running back there in third with 620 points. Sean Merriman in fourth with 563 points. And Connor Price rounding out your top 5 in points with a total of 552 points. And looking at the Rookie of the Year standings, Wesley Lynch is running away with that one with a 70-point lead over Connor Price. for the time. Omar Rodriguez Jr. currently sitting in third with 507 points. Craig Peterson in fourth with 493 points. And Joshua Hyatt currently sitting in fifth in the rookie standings with 483 points. The competition is tough. We do have over 20 rookies this season, all competing for that Rookie of the Year. James Ortiz saying he is first to YouTube. We are glad to have you here, James. Just in time, only 3 minutes till qualifying starts. Currently looking at our defending champion, the 18 of Sean Merriman. Looks like he is having some trouble getting that car down pit road. He was sideways down there.
Awesome.
All right, and it looks like we have Terrell Wheeler joining us up in the booth. Say hello to the fans, Terrell.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were on the booth and already going, but hello, everybody.
All right, Terrell, what are your thoughts on tonight? Yeah, we're looking at your current standings after practice, and I don't think you've put a lap down yet.
No, I'm just gonna kind of wing it and see how I do in qualifying and see how I go tonight. I don't expect to make the feature. Just kind of want to have some fun and then be there to support the race kind of as a race control admin tonight. But if I do make the feature, it'll be fun. But no expectations for me tonight at all. Just want to have fun.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. Terrell Wheeler, not really expecting to compete tonight. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out with him not qualifying. But we're going to step aside for a quick commercial break.
Do you love Orlando's theme parks, but the long lines have you losing the magic? Introducing Ride Waits, the Apple Watch app designed to help you skip the stress and ride more, with real-time wait times and park info right on your wrist. Whether you're exploring Walt Disney World, adventuring through Universal Orlando, or taking it all in at SeaWorld, Ride Waits helps you navigate smarter and get the most out of your visit. No more wandering, no more guessing, just more riding. And it's not just wait times. Ride Waits also offers tips on the best times to ride, general park info, and helpful alerts so you never miss out on your favorite attraction. Whether you're planning ahead or making game day decisions in the park, Ride Waits keeps everything you need at a quick glance away. Ride Waits, your wrist-side guide to the best parks in Orlando. Available now on the Apple Watch store.
Not affiliated with or endorsed by any theme park brand.
Welcome to Rebel Racing Network, the premier destination for professional iRacing esports broadcasting. We bring the virtual track to life with high-energy race commentary that captures every pass, every pit stop, every photo finish. Our team of expert broadcasters delivers real-time analysis, strategy breakdowns, and the excitement of wheel-to-wheel racing. And before the green flag drops, we set the stage with our signature pre-race flyover, showcasing each circuit with stunning cinematic visuals that make you feel like you're there in real life. Whether you're chasing a championship or cheering on your favorite team, Rebel Racing Network covers every story, every series, and every unforgettable moment. From grassroots leagues to top-tier championships, we bring passion, precision, and performance to every broadcast. Subscribe now, watch live, feel the rush. This is Rebel Racing Network, where the action never lifts.
All right, just let me know when you're ready.
All right, and we are back, folks, and we currently have Colton Kinney joining us in the booth. We are currently looking at his car. He is a real-life racer, dirt racer, getting ready to head out on track for his qualifying run. We're going to ride along with him, and he is going to give us a little bit of a insider knowledge.
Yeah, Rebel, appreciate you letting me come in the booth with you. So we're on the dirt this week, so you can obviously imagine things are fixing to get real rough, and we're fixing to go cowboy up, basically. And, you know, with these cars on the dirt, you want to really keep them, you don't want to get them too sideways because you're going to scrub a lot of speed with these things. You know, the more sideways you pitch a car, the more speed you scrub. So you really want to try to keep it as straight as possible. And the biggest thing you want to learn with these cars is throttle control. Throttle control is going to be the big key for this deal. So as you see, I'm just kind of feeling it out this first corner, kind of testing the limits, you know, kind of rolling through, kind of having to stall the wheel. You know, I'm easy on, easy off. You know, I'm up here trying to get that right rear to slide through the stuff. You know, see it right there? Getting real sideways right here. You're going to scrub a lot of speed right there. So now I really got to lock in for this next lap. Now I'm going to try to run the slider line right here. Working that throttle, working the wheel. It's going to be a workout for these guys tonight. These asphalt guys have no idea what they're about to get into tonight, Rebel.
All right, and I do have to agree, these asphalt guys are going to be in for a ride tonight. Sorry, Colton, I didn't want to break your concentration at the end there.
You're good. I mean, didn't really qualify that well. I mean, I got a little too sideways. The track changed a little bit from practice. It seems to have gotten a little bit of its moisture back, and the grip seems to be back up a little. But, you know, once we get rolling on further throughout these heat races, we're really going to see this track start to slick off and dust up. And the biggest thing to watch is, you know, the guys running those multi-grooves, because the top feels good and so does the bottom. But, you know, once you get it figured out, it's going to be good. But, you know, top four transfer to the main event tonight. So it's, you know, it's going to be something. And the way this thing's developing right now, it's getting really close to that wall. The cushion's going to be probably packed hard against it for the main, I want to say.
All right. Well, we appreciate the insider knowledge. You know, dirt racing is not my forte, so I really appreciate it. And yeah, are you planning on hopping up in the booth for maybe some of the heat races that you're not competing in here tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to, you know, give that knowledge that I have for this dirt racing stuff. You know, I'd love to call one of these races and just kind of see how it goes. You know.
All right. Well, we appreciate it. We'll send you back down to your team for the time being. As we finish up the qualifying here, and we will talk to you in a little bit.
That's all good, man.
All right. Thank you, Colton.
Yes, sir.
All right, and we're currently looking at the 21 of Michael Boyd on track now. One of the few drivers left to qualify. He has just completed his qualifying run. Looks like Ryan Mack had an issue in qualifying, showing him with the meatball flag. All right, and we're going to look at our first heat race here. We've got Jonathan Wiley on the pole for the first heat race. Preston Shepard in second, driving the 52 machine. In third place is Jonathan Foxworth, driving the 1 car. Michael Boyd will be rolling off fourth in the 21. Jordan Stencil in fifth, driving the 83 car. Seth LaCroix will be starting 6th in the 29 car. Mike Hill will be starting 27th in the, starting 7th in the 27 car. Chris Jones will be rolling off 8th in the 6 car. Chris Chomopoulos will be starting 9th in the 420. And Jackson Sibley will round out your field in 10th, driving the number 7. All right, and we see Colton Kenny is not racing this, so we're going to pull him right back up in the booth and have him help out with calling this one.
Well, you got Johnson Quiz Riley on the front, on the pole. Next to him, you got the milk runner. That's Preston Shepard. Shepard had a solid run last week in the Dover race, or the throwback race. Now he finds himself on the outside pole for this heat race. Top 4 transfer. We've got 8 laps the distance.
All right, and that pace truck is off. The lights on the pace truck are off. We're getting ready to go racing here.
Yeah, we're not used to this one, Rebel. We're used to one and done, and then we go green. Now we got to get 2 laps in for everybody to get ready to rock and roll. But patience is going to be the key here. You got to be able to take care of your car. You can't just bounce off of somebody because the surface is so slick right now. You got to be real careful about what you do, and it's going to be a dogfight for that final transfer spot into the main through the heat races.
Yes, it will. And we have James Ortiz in the chat right now saying we might beat the caution record tonight. And I tell you what, James, I hope not. I hope we see a lot of green flag racing as the drivers take the green for their 8 laps.
Yeah,
and you see Jonathan Wiley getting sideways already.
Yeah. Shepard with a good run down the left side. He's looking to throw the short slider. Top to top. Wiley looking for the crossover off of 3 and 4 now. Still side by side, almost for the lead, but Shepard is going to lead lap number 1.
A great drive by Shepard to get up to the front. He's working that top side. Back in the pack, we had Jordan Stencil getting into some trouble there. He got sideways, has some front end damage to that car.
Well, the good thing is that since we're on dirt, Rebel, it's not going to really affect the aerodynamics of these cars. The track is too short to really have any aero effect on it. The only thing I could really see aero-wise having an effect on these cars is that rear spoiler and the rear quarter panel. As long as you've got those good, you can see how Shepard's really getting it sideways, packing the air on that right rear quarter, and trying to roll that top groove off the top of 3 and 4. Now Wiley up there trying to make it happen, but he's going to get sideways off of 4 and lose a lot of ground to Shepard as he goes back to the bottom, running almost a slider line through 1 and 2.
You see Jonathan Wiley, he's getting a little bit looser there again. Jonathan Foxworth may have a chance to close in here. But we said the first 4 transfer. I'd like to point out one of our fan favorites, that 29 of Seth LaCroix, sitting outside of the top 4 right now. He's back there in 5th. He is struggling tonight here on dirt.
Yeah, he is. He's really struggling. So is Jackson Silsby. Jackson having some great speed last week at Dover, really struggling right now. He's got the front end knocked off the thing, and it looks like he's on his way to the LCQ. But Michael Boyd hanging tough in that final transfer spot in 4th as the laps wind down. We're on lap 6, coming up to lap 7.
And you mentioned Jackson Sibley with the major front end damage. We said it's not going to affect the aero, but we know how sensitive these cars can be with the steering being affected if you damage the front end, especially here on iRacing. What is that tire damage going to do to these cars?
Well, with the cars, when you get those front wheels cambered in, it's going to affect the handling a lot. The worst thing to have on a dirt track is a front end issue, because without the front end to steer the cars, you're not going to be able to get that thing to rotate. As you see these guys coming up into lap traffic here, they're really having to get the car sideways into the corner and then feather the throttle off, to keep it straight and try to keep the momentum. Michael Boyd doing a really good job of maintaining his spot right now and maintaining the gap as they come up onto lap traffic.
Yep. And here comes Preston Shepard getting ready to take the checkered flag here. He takes the checkered flag. Preston Shepard in first. Jonathan Wiley in second. Jonathan Foxworth in third. Michael Boyd hanging on to that transfer spot there in fourth. Seth LaCroix on the outside looking in back there in fifth. Mike Hill there in sixth. And seventh was Jordan Stencil. Jackson Sibley comes home in eighth. Chris Jones finishes ninth. And Chris Chimopoulos finishes in the pits back there in 10th.
Yeah. Here we go with heat race number 2. And it's, it's already starting to develop. Look at how this thing's starting to shine up. You can see the racing group really starting to take rubber closer to the fence. It's starting to get that black shine to it. And once it gets real black and real shiny, that's not grip, that's slick. And the only thing that's got grip is wet. The only way you're going to find grip on this track is by finding the moisture. If you can't find the moisture, then you're not really doing anything but slipping and sliding off the exit of the corners.
And that is not what we want to see, but we're going to go ahead and run through our starting grid here tonight. For the heat race number 2, Sean Merriman will start on the pole and driving the 18 machine. Cody Sanderson starting in second, driving the 5 car. Casey Flowers will start third in the 11 car. Vincent Isabella starting fourth in the 3 car. Omar Rodriguez Jr. starting fifth in the 92. John Anthony will roll off sixth in the 32. Travis Neiman will start seventh in the 20 car. Ryan Mack will start 8th in the 12 car. Terrell Wheeler going to be starting 9th in the 43. And Tanner Witt rounds out your field in 10th in the 88.
You got some of the fastest guys in this race. You got Sean Merriman and you got Vincent Isabel. Isabel had a great run last week before issues cost him a really good finishing position, but he also had a really good run at the Glen. I believe he got the win there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's sitting in the final. He's currently sitting in the final transfer spot for heat race number 2. So look for him to try to transfer on. I'm already going to call it. Dr. Pepper Metallica car. That's the 18 of Sean Merriman. I'm calling him the winner of this heat race.
I tell you what,
Beautiful jump.
He did get a jump there. I wouldn't count out Cody Sanderson. Sean Merriman, we watched him. He is a good driver. I'm not taking anything away from him, but his pit strategy, is what has allowed him to keep his dominance. He runs a very aggressive pit strategy, and that's not going to come into play here tonight at the dirt track.
No, tires are not going to wear the same as they do on the asphalt. With the way this track is, as short as it is, fuel consumption is not going to be that big of a factor either. And as you see here, look at this big run by the 5 down into Merriman. He's going to get that thing sideways. Merriman's going to cross over to this side. It's going to be a grab race down the front straightaway. These guys are really getting after it now.
Yep. And we're only 2 laps into this, but Cody Sanderson going to complete that pass. Sean Merriman is about to feel that pressure from Vincent Isabella here. Isabella closing in a little bit.
Yeah, Sanderson really getting that thing sideways. Look at him pitch it in, and he's really driving off the right rear of the car. Now Isabel's looking to the bottom side of Merriman. Merriman's in trouble here off the forward, really starting to lose ground on the leaders.
Cody Sanderson has set the fastest lap of this race, 22.06. Sean Merriman, best lap, 0.6 of a second off. Sean Merriman looking like he's going to fall back here. Vincent Isabella really trying to put the pressure on him.
Well, if you watch Sanderson's line, he's really putting that right rear in the wet, and that's kind of what you want to do with these, with the dirt cars. If you're going to run that upper group, you want to keep your right rear in the wet with your left rear in the slick. That way you're sliding, but you're also gaining traction at the same time off that right rear. If you really listen to him, if you hop on board with him and you listen to him, his throttle control is absolutely perfect right now. Not too hard on it, not too much off of it. As he goes down into 1 and 2, splits the throttle, lets the car rotate, and feathers it through the corner to keep the car rotated as he drives off the top of the 1 and 2, and gets a huge run down into 3 and 4. He is really just running away with it now.
Yes, he is. But I saw a little bobble by Sean Merriman. He's able to recover from that. Now he's starting to pull away from Vincent Isabella, as the white flag is now out. Cody Sanderson going to take the white flag. No pressure from behind. He's got a 2-second gap here.
Yeah, he just ran a perfect heat race here. This is exactly what you want to do. You want to go forward, and honestly, great run right there by the 5 car. If you didn't hear, he said this thing is slicker. It's slick. It's slick as glass out there, so you really got to be careful with what you do and not overdrive it.
Yes, it is.
But it looks like I'm up next.
All right, we'll let you get down there, and we're going to go ahead and run through our results here. Cody Sanderson, Sean Merriman, Vincent Isabella, and Casey Flowers all going to make the transfer here. John Anthony finishes 5th. Omar Rodriguez in 6th. Travis Neiman finishes 7th. Terrell Wheeler in 8th. Ryan Mack in 9th. And Tanner Witt rounds out the field back there in 10th. I'm going to go ahead go through our starting grid here tonight. For heat race number 3, Joseph Treskowski will be starting on the pole. Joshua Hyatt will start in 2nd in the 16 car. Craig Peterson will start in 3rd, driving the 53. Connor Price will start in 4th, driving the 48 car. Hunter Geyer will be rolling off 17th in the 5 car. Or, I'm sorry, will be rolling off 5th in the 17 car. Stephen Linger will start 6th in the 91 machine. Colton Kinney, who we just had join us in the booth, is rolling off 7th in the 8 car. Alex Finney will be rolling off 8th in the 80 machine. Wesley Lynch will be starting 9th in the 33. And Thomas Adams is going to round out your field in the 64 back there in 10th. Johnny Quick saying he loves the in-car passenger cam angle. Just wait, we've got a new angle we're working here on the Rebel Racing Network, and we're going to showcase it here this race. And the pace truck is off. Right, the green flag is out. And that's 16 of Joshua Hyatt going to have trouble here on the start. He's going to fall. Looks like he's going to fall all the way back to 10th. He's out. Yeah, a little bit of a blink there. As Joseph Treskowski takes the lead here. He's running away with it already. Craig Peterson back there in 2nd. Hunter Geyer in 3rd. Connor Price in 4th. Coach Kinney moves up to 5th. Hunter Geyer going to go underneath Craig Peterson. Drives it hard into the low side of the corner. He's going to slide up in front of Craig Peterson now. He's going to lose it, though. They get bunched up, but I do believe we've got an issue back there as Craig Peterson goes around. Hunter Geyer moves up to 2nd. Stephen Linger was sitting in 3rd. He just dropped back to 4th. Is Joshua Hyatt trying to recover from his misstep on the initial start. All right, it appears our scoring tower is glitching out with all these heat races. Not built for the heat races at the dirt track, so we're just going to keep it here with the 4 laps to go. As Joseph Treskowski out to almost a 5-second lead here. Dominating here. Hunter Geyer in 2nd all by himself. Joshua Hyatt back there in 3rd. Stephen Linger in 4th. He's running into an issue, and that's going to allow Wesley Lynch to get by him. Some major damage to that 33 machine, but once again, that arrow not having an effect here at the short track. It does look like he possibly has some tire damage as well. Thomas Adams now being shown out of the race, as well as Craig Peterson. We're now down to 2 laps to go. Joseph Truskowski has taken the white flag, and he's getting ready to go around the 8th of Colton Kinney. Joseph Truskowski will take home the win. Hunter Geyer finishes 2nd. Joshua Hyatt in 3rd. Wesley Lynch will come home in 4th. Our last transfer spot, Connor Price, will finishes 5th. Stephen Linger in 6th. Alex Finney in 7th. Colton Kinney will come home 8th. Thomas Adams in 9th, and Craig Peterson round out the field in 10th. And these guys are not done yet. They still want to keep racing, and we've got a lot more racing coming to you here on the Rebel Racing Network, but we are going to step aside for a quick commercial break.
It's race day on iRacing. The grid is set. Engines are rumbling. The chat is buzzing. The anticipation is building. But before the green flag waves, you need a moment that gets hearts racing. Hoorah Flyovers delivers cinematic, custom airplane flyovers for your iRacing or esports event, bringing real-world energy to your virtual track. Add a patriotic punch to your pre-race show. Whether you're hosting a league championship, a memorial race, or just want to hype the crowd, Hoorah brings the thunder. Fully customizable, easy to book, stream ready, guaranteed to get your drivers and fans fired up. Because when the jets fly, everyone pays attention. Stand tall, fly loud, race proud. Hoorah! Visit Hoorah Flyovers on Discord or Facebook and bring the flyover experience to iRacing like never before.
All right, and we are back, folks. The drivers are starting their warm-up runs. Colton Kinney joining us back here in the booth after, can we say it's a little bit of a disappointing heat race for you, Colton?
Yeah, dude, man. I mean, I'll take fault on that first one. I just got in the corner too hot, and you know it slid too hard sideways, and you know I kind of cut down on the 33 right there. But man, you know I thought we had a good chance to reel him back in right there, and then you know you saw the 33 just absolutely plaster the 44 for the 48's quarter. So you know the good thing is it looks like there's no LCQs, so it looks like we've only got 21 cars here.
All right. Well, it does look like, we did have 30 cars register for the race. I do believe only 21 are going to make the show. That is correct.
We're going to start. I think we'll start off just to make it as fair.
Oh wow, you listening to that?
I am.
Or not, but race control just said all 29 cars are going to start because they did not get the LCQ set up properly.
All right, that is going to make things interesting. So everyone's going to make the show here. 50-lap feature, and I do believe it was 29 cars. This is going to get good, folks.
Well, supposedly it sounds like we were supposed to get capped off at 22, which, you know, I was the 24th car, so I kind of would have got screwed on that deal, but luckily they're taking all 29, so this ought to be interesting for sure.
Yes, it will. And, I think we saw some, I think the car I want to keep an eye on throughout the race is going to be that 5 of Cody Sanderson and the 57 of Joseph Truskowski. They were both very dominant, very fast in their heat races once they got in a crowd. They're going to be 2 to watch here tonight.
Well, I can tell you one thing. Patience is going to be the key tonight. And if you can't be patient, then you're going to find. you're going to find yourself in the pits very quick, and you're going to be wondering how the heck you ended up there. But, you know, I was talking about how this track was going to develop, and, you know, now we've got 29 cars going to be on the track, possibly, you know, less, but it's going to be something. This track is going to really slick off, and the speeds are going to go way down, I want to say.
I think I agree with you there. We're going to see, though, how many cars are going to finish this race. You know, we talked a lot about patience, and, you know, 50 laps here at a 6/10 of a mile oval track, that can go by very quickly. I think we're going to see some guys not so patient, especially there in the back, right from the jump on this one, and probably push the issue.
Well, I will say this. Oh, boy, as I come out on the track, somebody just ate it. But, trying to just get a look at this track before the time runs out. But, you know, it's really starting to turn black, and usually that black means either grip or slick, and it's looking like it's probably going to be slick in certain areas of this racing surface. So be watching for a lot of cars to either run the bottom or run the top and use that middle as the slider line. But it's going to be traffic for sure. There's going to be a lot of traffic to try to get through.
Yes, there is. It's a large field for such a small track. Currently looking at some of the standings. Cody Sanderson now with the fastest lap throughout the warm-up. Joseph Truskowski back there in second. I think we're going to see these two.
Ready to go. So,
all right, we'll let you go crawl into the car, man. Good luck tonight.
if I get wrecked out, I'll come back in. So let's hope I don't.
All right. All right, and the drivers have begun to grid up, and I'm going to try and run through this 29-man starting grid before they actually start the race. So starting on the pole will be Preston Shepard. Cody Sanderson will be starting second. Joseph Truskowski will start third. Jonathan Wiley will be starting fourth. Sean Merriman will be rolling off fifth. Hunter Geyer in sixth. Jonathan Foxworth will be starting seventh. Vincent Isabella will be rolling off eighth tonight. Joshua Hyatt will be starting ninth. Michael Boyd will start 10th. Casey Flowers will be rolling off 11th. Wesley Lynch will be starting 12th. In 13th, we have Seth LaCroix. John Anthony will be starting 14th. Connor Price will be starting 15th. Mike Hill will roll off in 16th. Omar Rodriguez Jr. will be starting 17th. Steven Linger will be starting 18th. In 19th, we have Jordan Stencil. Travis Neiman will be rolling off 20th. Alex Finney will start 21st. Jackson Sibley will start 22nd. Terrell Wheeler will be rolling off 23rd. Colton Kinney will be starting 24th. In 25th, we have Chris Jones. Ryan Mack will be starting 26th. Thomas Adams will be rolling off 27th. Chris Chimopoulos will be starting 28th. In 29th, we have Tanner Witt. And rounding out your field there in 30th will be Craig Peterson. All right, I just got it through all that in the first lap. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it. I'm a little bit out of breath now, though. Sam Reed saying I missed a good race last night. Sorry about that. I do not know how that even popped up there. All right, and the green flag is out. Preston Shepard going to lead them into turn one, but Cody Sanderson already pressuring as they are 3 wide there. Cody Sanderson looking to the inside of Preston Shepard. Preston Shepard trying to go back by on the inside, and yellow flag is out. Looks like Alex Finney caught up in this. Go back, take a look, see what happened here. Alex Finney in the 80 there. It looks like he's just going to get loose coming off the turn. He goes for a quick spin. Maybe some rear end damage, but he's going to keep that car rolling. And that will bring out our first caution of the night here on lap 1. So you heard Colton there talking about patience. I tell you what, that 5 of Cody Sanderson had no patience. He said he wants to go to the front right now, and he pressured Preston Shepard, was able to get that first place position away from him before the caution came out. Another guy to keep an eye on, that 24 of Jonathan Wiley. He was really quick in the heat races. We see him make his way up to the front, it seems like every other week. We are not expecting dirt to be any different here. Sean Merriman sitting back there in 5th as well. You know, he's good on the long runs. We're going to see how that transfers over to the dirt track here tonight as the pace truck is off. And we are back green flag racing. Cody Sanderson jumping back out to the lead. Jonathan Wiley tries to battle back on the inside, but the caution will fly again. Looks like Wesley Lynch, Casey Flowers, Thomas Adams, John Anthony, Mike Hill, Omar Rodriguez Jr. all caught up in this. Let's go back, take a look, see what happened here. Some struggles here on the start. Go back right along with Wesley Lynch and his hood cam. Looks like Hunter Geyer just, you know, over ear on the throttle. He loses it, spins his tires. Now riding along with Casey Flowers on the hood cam. Flowers almost getting it through. We currently see the 17 of Hunter Geyer on pit road getting that car serviced. All right, and we've gotten word from NORA. It looks like the lights on the pace truck will go out this time by as we get ready to go back racing here, folks. Cody Sanderson is still your leader. Jonathan Wiley was able to wrestle second place away from Preston Shepard, but now Preston Shepard has the inside. All right, green flag is back out. Cody Sanderson now pulling out in front of Jonathan Wiley. Jonathan Wiley hung with him down that front stretch, but Cody Sanderson moving up to that high line. You heard Colton Kinney saying that dark dirt right there is going to be the slick. Saw Colton Kinney getting those rear wheels up into that lighter dirt, trying to find some grip there. And then Jonathan Wiley trying to work that low line Trying to find a way back up there, but Preston Shepard moves up to second now. And Joseph Truskowski pressuring Jonathan Wiley. Caution. Caution is out. Joshua Hyatt caught up in this one. We see Joshua Hyatt trying to work that high line, and he just goes up, catches the wall with his rear end, sending him around, bringing out our third caution of the night here on lap 10. They've already started doubling them back up. Looks like we will have 2 laps to green. Ali, this race is 50 laps long. We already have 10 in the books here. Cody Sanderson with that advantage from being able to start in first after these cautions. He has dominated since lap 1, getting by Preston Shepard, taking that lead away. Once again, guys, caution laps do count in this one. All right, and the lights on the pace truck are off. He will dive down pit road this time by. We get ready to go back racing. Cody Sanderson leading them to the green flag. Green flag is out. Cody Sanderson takes off. He's going to jump out to the lead early here. Joseph Truskowski working that low line, trying to move up to second now. Preston Shepard going to be able to hold him off for the time being. We have caution back in the pack. Travis Neiman, Chris Jones, Terrell Wheeler, Thomas Adams, all caught up in this one. Looks like Chris Jones and Terrell Wheeler come together here, bringing this one out. Chris Jones trying to move to the inside. He just washes up the track and catches that left rear of Terrell Wheeler, sending him around. Once again, these guys do have 1 quick repair to get this race done. Back in the pack, though, they are burning through those quick repairs. Pace truck is off. We're getting ready to go back green flag racing here. Cody Sanderson leads them to the green flag yet again. Cody Sanderson going to take off. Real one to watch here on this restart, though, is going to be that 57 of Joseph Truskowski. He's got a low line as he tries to take that second place position away from Preston Shepard. Preston Shepard, though, going to cross over and hold on to that position. Jonathan Wiley going to catch the wall there. Getting bent out of shape. Caution is out. Joshua Hyatt caught up in this one. Looks like Joshua Hyatt, you know, something broke on that car. You see his right front tire just sticking out there. It looks like some major right front tire damage, and he cannot get that car to turn. So we will slow it down, reset everything for that incident. Hyatt did have to be towed back to the pits. And the pace truck is off. Cody Sanderson in first, Preston Shepard in second, Joseph Truskowski in third, Vincent Isabella making his way up to fourth, Jonathan Wiley dropping back to fifth. Green flag is out. Cody Sanderson jumps out to the lead again. Joseph Truskowski not getting as strong of a start on that inside line this time. Preston Shepard looks like he will be able to stay out in front of him. Jonathan Wiley looking to take fourth place away from Vincent Isabella. Isabella all over Joseph Truskowski's back bumper. These two were rivals last season. We're going to see if that rivalry continues here. And the caution comes out for Craig Peterson, Omar Rodriguez, and Casey Flowers. Go back, take a look, see what happened here. Got the 92 of Omar Rodriguez. Mayhem ensuing back in the pack. We're going to ride along with Chris Tremopoulos. He went for a ride there. A hard hit for Chris Tremopoulos. That might end his night right there. All right, and we are back racing yet again. Cody Sanderson jumping out to the lead again. The battle is for second. Jonathan Wiley trying to get that car back up there. Taking that inside line. Not going to work for him there. Preston Shepard in the outside wall. Preston Shepard hit the outside wall. Yellow flag flies, but it looks like it was for Alex Finney, who also catches up Autonomous Adams, Joshua Hyatt, and Terrell Wheeler, as well as Travis Neiman. Alex Finney just losing it going into the corner. That will bring out our 7th caution of the night here. And guys, we are seeing just how challenging it is to go from asphalt racing to dirt track racing. These drivers really struggling here tonight, especially some of these guys back in the pack trying to keep these cars under control. Pace truck is off. We are back green flag racing. Cody Sanderson again out to that lead, but here comes Jonathan Wiley on the inside now. Jonathan Wiley now to second as Joseph Truskowski just, oversteered just a little bit. He's going to be able to battle back on the inside. He gets up into Jonathan Wiley. Vincent Isabella also making contact. Jonathan Wiley, heavy contact with that outside wall. That's going to check him up. And caution will come out. Hunter Geyer caught up in this one. Sam Reed saying he is glad that we do not do dirt in the Cup Series. You see Hunter Geyer just sliding up into that outside wall, and he gets turned when he comes back off the wall. That yellow flag came out on lap 28. Guys, we are only just past halfway in this one. Still a lot more racing to come. With that, Cody Sanderson still maintains his lead. Joseph Truskowski will move to second. Preston Shepard to third. Jonathan Wiley up to fourth. Michael Boyd in fifth. Vincent Isabella in sixth. Jonathan Foxworth running seventh. Seth LaCroix running eighth. Wesley Lynch running ninth. Sean Merriman rounding out your top 10. We get ready to go back racing in this one. And the green flag is out. They get single file on the top four there pretty quickly. Preston Shepard trying to work that outside line and get back up to second. Not going to work there. Jonathan Wiley, though, very aggressive move on that inside. He goes back to second now. And Truskowski up in the outside wall. Him and Preston Shepard come together. That's going to allow Vincent Isabella to capitalize. Isabella moves to third now. And caution will come out. Looks like Sean Merriman, Jonathan Foxworth, Connor Price, and Jordan Stencil caught up in this. Looks like Sean Merriman made contact with the one car. Jonathan Foxworth. So we are now showing 4 cars out of this one. After all this mayhem, looks like Tanner Witt, Chris Tremopoulos, Josh Hyatt, Alex Finney, and Thomas Adams. So correction, 5 cars out of this one. 25 cars remaining. We're seeing Colton Kinney on pit road. All right, pace truck is off. Green flag is out. Cody Sanderson again jumping out to that lead. Jonathan Wiley holding off Vincent Isabel and Preston Shepard for the time being. A yellow flag going to come out. Looks like Jonathan Foxworth caught up in this. Looks like Stephen Linger, Terrell Wheeler got together. Linger trying to get that car under control, and he's just going to catch up Jonathan Foxworth, get him turned sideways here. We have Joshua Hyatt now entering the chat, saying it's like trying to stop on ice out here at the dirt track, and you know, it can be hard to stop these cars even on asphalt when you have a wreck happen right in front of you. I can't imagine how difficult that's going to be on dirt. All right, and we are now on lap 40 of 50. Cody Sanderson, still your leader as the green flag is out. Here comes Preston Shepard trying to get the inside. He's gotten to the inside of Jonathan Wiley, and I do believe he's going to take that second place position back. But Jonathan Wiley going to cross over, try to get to the inside of Shepard, and Wesley Lynch goes around back in the pack. I think there was some contact with Wesley Lynch there. Looks like Wesley Lynch and Seth LaCroix making contact there. Those two are teammates. First time we've called either of their names tonight. Tough break for those two and this Apex Racing team. We see them normally dominant week in and week out, and they are struggling here tonight. They are doubled up. We're getting ready to go back green flag here, folks. Cody Sanderson is still your leader. Green flag is out. Cody Sanderson back in the lead. Only 8 laps left in this one. Jonathan Wiley gets by Preston Shepard on that restart. Wiley challenging for that first place position, but I don't think he's going to get there. He overdrove that car. He is slow. Preston Shepard going to move back to second. Shepard now washing up the track. And Truskowski gets into Isabella. Isabella goes around. So Joseph Truskowski gets into his old rival, Vincent Isabella. Right along on the hood of Joseph Truskowski here. Joseph Truskowski also going to get up into that wall. And those two are known rivals, but I don't think there were any ill intentions from Joseph Truskowski here. It can be so hard to keep these cars under control on the dirt. We are back racing, folks. Cody Sanderson sliding up the track. Jonathan Wiley now going to the lead. Preston Shepard has gotten under Cody Sanderson. Cody Sanderson looking like he may drop back to third, and the caution's going to come out. Looks like Steven Linger, Mike Hill, and caught up in this one. And Linger just getting loose, getting up in, getting sideways, getting up into the outside wall, collects the cars behind him. And it does look like we will get a green-white checkered finish. Can these guys make it 2 laps? All right, green flag is out. Jonathan Wiley leading him to the green flag. He's going to maintain that lead. Cody Sanderson, though, looking to pressure here as he works his way by Preston Shepard. Looks like maybe some trouble for Michael Boyd back there. He slides up the track. Joseph Truskowski will get around him. But Jonathan Wiley going to give up the lead now to Cody Sanderson. White flag is out. Cody Sanderson back in the lead. He takes the white flag. Preston Shepard, though, he's right there. Can Preston Shepard get by him as they go into the last corner? Sanderson slides up, but he gets that car maybe just a little bit too sideways. Preston Shepard can capitalize here. It's a drag race to the line. Checkered flag is out. And we're waiting for scoring as they wreck going back into turn 1 here. And it does look like Cody Sanderson just edged out Preston Shepard to the line. And man, that is close, guys.
Well, Rebel, that could have been better.
Yes, it could. We are just looking at this exciting finish here between Cody Sanderson and Preston Shepard. Cody Sanderson, and we see it there, folks, in slow motion. Cody Sanderson just edging out Preston Shepard as they cross the line.
Hey, I don't mean to toot my own horn, but I want you to ride with me on that lap 50 and watch what happens coming to that big pile up.
On lap 50?
Lap 50. 50 going into 51. That big pile up happens, and I get creamed in the right rear quarter. I throw it in down to second, hit a 360, and I go from like 16th to 12th in one fell swoop.
All right, we're trying to get caught up with you now over here on lap 50.
Oh, that was stressful.
Currently riding along with the aid of Colton Kinney. It looks like we may have just missed it.
Yeah, you got to go back to lap 50 and watch all of lap 50 and catch the end of it. But man, I hope I'm glad the finish was exciting. But man, some people really need to learn how to be patient here.
I tell you what, patience is a virtue, but yeah, such a short track, such a short race, and oh wow, nice 360, and you just kept on trucking.
Oh my gosh, I literally downshifted from fourth all the way to like second, and the car just happened to grab perfectly and was able to throttle through it. And I want to say I've got the hard charger right now because I went 24th to 12th.
And I am looking through the scoring. You do have the hard charger, Colton, but we're
Oh,
going to
let's
go ahead and
go.
move on to our post-race interviews here. We're going to start with that 24 of Jonathan Wiley.
You want me to dip out of here? Or?
I tell you what, you can hang out, Colton. Jonathan, it's Austin and Colton up in the booth. You got us, buddy?
Yeah, I got you. What's going on, man?
What's going on? Top 3 finish. Yeah, very solid finish for you tonight. You were leading with I believe 1 lap to go. Take us through those that green white checkered finish.
Well, I mean, there's really not much to say about it. I knew that, the guys that were up front, I knew they would be up front. I knew Cody would be the one to beat just because he's fast as hell on dirt, no matter what we're running anyway. If it's late models or modifieds or anything on dirt, he's fast in it. But once I just timed it right and got underneath him and got the lead, and I thought I might have a shot, and then on dirt, I don't run any mirrors at all, so I didn't even know that he was under me on the straightaway. Whenever I went to set for the entry and roll the bottom, I kind of chopped his right front of his nose a little bit, and it got me to where I entered the corner wrong, and then him and Preston got by, and I was being a cheerleader from that point on. I was just cheering Cody on, trying to pump him up and get him up there, and he held on to it. He nosed him out by, I think it was like a hundredth of a second or something. It was real close.
Yes, and we're looking at this scoring, and we watched the finish in slow motion, and it was just 1/100th of a second between him and Preston Shepard.
Yeah, I like
So
it.
very exciting finish. I know you wish you were up there. Got to be a part of that drag race to the line.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, hell, running up front as long as we did, and I led a couple laps. I got a bonus point for that. I got a bonus point for quick time and qualifying. So I mean, I'll take that. That's good enough for me right now, knowing that my teammate won. Preston kind of played spoiler for me and Cody pulling a 1-2, but hell, he's fast on dirt too. I think he won the one at Lernerville last season that was the All Star race, so I knew he'd be up there as well. But I mean, yeah, overall, I'm really really happy with it. I'll take a third all day long.
All right. Well, that sounds good, buddy. We're gonna let you get on out of here, man. Before we do, anyone you want to thank?
All right, yeah, I want to thank you guys for the broadcast, Terrell for putting on the league and letting me take over the ARCA stuff. I do enjoy this, and Cody gives me a ton of help on that as far as helping with everybody and the sessions and everything like that. But um, Cody for building setups on our open setup stuff. Whenever we do run open sets, he builds all my setups, and then I do my own paints for me and him and whoever else wants them. So just want to give a shout out to you guys for the broadcast, and I wish the race. We were kind of on a dilemma about running it caution laps not counting or caution laps counting, and I I hated to see so many yellows, but that's just how it goes sometimes with a bunch of guys that don't ever run dirt. So we'll just take our lumps and roll with it as far as that goes, and hope we have a better race overall as a league next week.
All right. Well,
Well,
we
Jonathan, sorry if you don't mind me. As
No,
one
yeah,
of the
what's going on?
drivers that race for you in this ARCA series, I'd like to say you guys do a really good job with what y'all are given. Sometimes I know it seems like sometimes you guys have kind of been dealt the crap hand of life on iRacing, but
Yeah.
y'all's hard work is really appreciated. And if y'all ever, I might have a suggestion that might help the dirt scene if we ever bring ARCA back next, to another dirt track. If you don't
Yeah.
mind me throwing a suggestion up.
Hell, I'm all ears. I'm open for any suggestions. We will have another dirt race next season for sure.
Oh,
But
I'm game for it, man.
um,
This was my
I
best finish of the year, so I'm game for it.
Oh yeah, this dirt stuff is fun. It shakes it up. In ARCA, they run dirt in real life a couple times a year. So I mean, it's
Hmm.
not like we're just pulling some crazy one-off stuff like that. I mean,
Hmm.
it's part of it, and I think we'll do it again next year. We may go probably different track. I think I'd like to go to Knoxville and try it longer, wide open
Yeah.
straightaways and stuff. I think it'd be a little better racing, but I
Well, and
figured a
that
lot of
was
people already had this track since has an asphalt configuration too. I didn't want a bunch of
right.
guys having to go buy tracks just for one race. So
Yeah. Well, and that was kind of one of the suggestions I was going to make to you was, a bigger track, but, something else I was going to say, maybe, for the next one, maybe we could look into, resetting the track surface. That way, there's a little bit more grip out there. I think that's what part of the problem was tonight was the lack of grip out there.
I think it may have been as well. And I tried to make the weather, I tried to cool it down with the weather to try to slow the track wear down. But I mean, whenever you got a bunch of guys that are not used
Absolutely.
to running dirt, they're just going to fry it off no matter what. But I didn't want it to be too heavy and just be hammered down and not have to actually drive it. But I do think that I should have reset it a little bit. Even if I pre-ginned it some, it should have been a little more fresh than it was. But
Yeah.
just for the rookie's sake of it. I mean, the guys that run up front that run dirt often, they have no issue with it. But I think to make it a little more user friendly for everybody, I think that probably is what we'll do next time.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, very appreciative for everything y'all do, man.
Yeah, that's no problem, man. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you.
All right. Well, we got to move on to our next interview, Jonathan. We appreciate it, buddy, and we will see you back here next week at Charlotte. Have a good evening.
All right. You too, Austin. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, guys. Once again, that was Jonathan Wiley in the 24 car. We're coming home in third tonight. We're going to move on to our second place finisher, Preston Shepard in the 52. Preston, it's Austin up at the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
I can hear the frustration in your voice. You can't win them all, Preston, but that was an exciting finish. Take me through that green white checkered finish.
I mean, those the 24 and the 5 are teammates, so every restart, I bet they're counting each other down on when they're going, and seemed every caution I'd get the short stick of the deal, have to start on the outside. But I knew if I could kind of diamond and run the bottom, I had some ground on him. But coming to the flag, it's just a matter of you can't put the pedal all the way down. You're spinning the tires, but you can't not push it down because I started the race in the lead. I wanted to end it in the lead, but I think we got the record book of the closest finish, so I'll take that too.
All right, and I could hear the frustration when when you first came up here, man. And are you aware of what the gap was coming to that finish?
Pubic hair.
That's that's one way to put it. 1/100th of a second. Honestly, I thought you had it, but Cody just got the run on the high line there.
Yeah, no, I mean, we ran a dirt race last season. I got the win over him. He got second. He got to get this one, so hopefully we get to do it again next season. See who's
All right. Well, we
who's
just
king
heard
of
from,
dirt.
Yep, we just heard Jonathan Wiley say Dirt will be back next season, so we're going to be looking forward to continuing this battle next season on the dirt.
You know that's right.
All right, we're going to let you get on out of here. Before we do, though, anyone you want to shout out?
Oh yeah, pardon my language, this is their team name. They're called Slow Fox. That's Cody, Jonathan, I think Vincent. They all ran pretty clean. Allowed me to get by to put on a great race. Cody for running me clean.
Yep. And I just want to
Just you guys.
clarify. I just want to clarify for the fans. It's spelled F-U-X.
Yeah. It's not a cuss word.
Yeah, this is how we're gonna get around it. I could feel the the YouTube admins watching over my shoulder right now.
Yeah,
They got a good logo.
Pro?
But we'll let you get on out of here. Congratulations again on a second place finish.
Yep, tell Cody he earned it. Thanks all my friends and family for watching. We'll see y'all Sunday, right? You on Sunday?
Yes, sir. We will be back on Sunday.
All righty, we'll see you then.
Thank you. All right, guys. Once again, that was Preston Shepard bringing home second place tonight. We're going to move on to the big winner of our feature event, that 5 of Cody Sanderson. Cody, it's Austin up at the booth. You got me?
I got you, man.
All right, man. Congratulations on a first place finish. And probably this might be the closest finish we've seen on the Rebel Racing Network in our short history of broadcasting. How does it feel to get the win here tonight?
Honestly, it feels good. I was kind of hoping for more of a green flag run because I felt like, there at the beginning I was able to get away from all the chaos for a little bit. But that finish was wild. Wiley had his car kind of got upset, and I hit the brake, and it kind of let Preston go. And then I was nervous because I had been hugging the bottom the whole night, and going into the last corner, he had the bottom, and I seen he was there, and I was just like, well, he's here. I'm gonna let him have the bottom and see if I can get a decent run off the top. And it's hard not to over throttle, so I was just, probably a quarter throttle off that corner, and I didn't know if I was gonna clip him at the line, and luckily I did. When we crossed the line, I had no idea who won.
I tell you what, we didn't either. It took me a minute. I was waiting for iRacing to update the standings, because I wasn't sure. I honestly thought Preston Shepard had it, but you got to buy just 1/100th of a second, and it, kind of feel like a little bit of deja vu from last season's dirt race, the All-Star race where Preston Shepard beat you out by, just a couple hundredths.
Yeah, I knew Preston, Wiley. I knew that both of them were going to be fast. Joseph's fast, and Vincent surprised me. He didn't run a lot of dirt, and he actually ran pretty well most of the race until he got caught up in a wreck. And but yeah, I was excited. I love these dirt races. I told Wiley before we came in here, I was like, man, this field this year is so stacked. I'm not having the top fives every week. I said, if I'm going to have to capitalize on this dirt race if I think I'm going to win anything this year. So I got lucky on it.
Well, you did, and so we just interviewed Preston Shepard as well. He's already looking forward to next season, and I think we're already starting to bill this as the dirt race next season as the King of the Dirt. We're going to be looking forward to seeing you and Preston Shepard battle it out again on the dirt next season.
Yes, sir. Preston's one of my favorite guys on here to race with, man. It's always a blast, and I know if we're coming to dirt tracks, he's going to be up there as well as Wiley. Hopefully, we can put on a show like we did tonight and have a little bit more of a green flag run. Wiley was talking about maybe going to a bigger track, a little bit more spread out for everybody, and maybe give everybody a little bit more grip. Personally, I like it slicked off, but if it gets us more green flag runs, I'm down to give everybody a little bit more grip.
Well,
right.
in my opinion, as a dirt track guy, I feel like the slick really determines who the drivers of this place are, because it takes a lot of control and stability to maintain your car on a slicked off racing surface. Any Joe Blow can go out there wide open and pitch it in the corners and hope it sticks, but that slick surface is really what determines who the drivers in this place really are.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and I raced. That's the only reason why I got iRacing is I grew up racing dirt, so until my kids came along.
Hey, a fellow dirt tracker.
Yeah, and me and Wiley both actually raced at the same track, kind of grew up together racing. So
that's cool.
I'm a dirt guy, and I feel bad for these guys that were having a hard time, but then I look back and I ran a road course a couple weeks ago, and I've never ran one, and I did that for these guys, so it makes it fair for everybody.
I agree, man. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
All right. Well, it paid off on the dirt tonight, but we're going to let you go start the celebration. Before we do, anyone you want to thank out there watching?
I'd like to thank my wife for watching my kiddos like I do every time. I get in trouble if I don't mention her. And then, Wiley and Terrell for everything that they do for the league. I get grouped in, as an admin, but them boys, they run the show, and I'm kind of I kind of ride their coattails. So everything that they do, and you guys for the awesome broadcast. It's cool to see this thing kind of growing.
All right, and we definitely enjoy seeing the broadcast grow as well as the field, but we'll let you get on out of here, buddy. Congratulations again. Have a good evening.
I appreciate it, fellas. You guys too.
Thank you. All right, once again, that was Cody Sanderson coming home in first place, taking home the win on dirt, and we've already got the battle for the King of the Dirt next season penciled in. Stay tuned for that, guys. We're going to go through our official results here from the feature. Once again, we had Cody Sanderson taking home the win. Preston Shepard finishes second. Jonathan Wiley will finish 3rd. Joseph Truskowski finishes 4th. Michael Boyd finishes 5th. Wesley Lynch will finish 6th. Omar Rodriguez Jr. comes home in 7th. Casey Flowers finishes 8th. In 9th, we had Jonathan Foxworth. Sean Merriman will finish 10th. Vincent Isabella in 11th. Colton Kinney comes home in 12th. John Anthony will finish 13th. Jordan Stencil in 14th. Chris Jones finishes 15th. Jackson Sibley in 16th. Hunter Geyer finishes 17th. Seth LaCroix finishes 18th. In 19th, we had Ryan Mack. Craig Peterson finishes 20th. Terrell Wheeler will finish 21st. Travis Neiman will finish 22nd. Steven Linger finishes 23rd. Connor Price comes home in 24th. Mike Hill finishes 25th. Thomas Adams in 26th. Alex Finney will finish 27th. Chris Chamopoulos finishes 28th. 29th was Joshua Hyatt, and rounding out your field in 30th was Tanner Witt. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. Stay tuned on our Facebook page. We will be keeping you updated when we will be re-airing the Cup Series from Watkins Glen. That will be sometime later this week. And make sure you join us next Sunday night for the NORA Cup Series live from Homestead, Miami. It is Breast Cancer Awareness Night. Once again, that is the Cup Series from Homestead next Sunday at 7:30. The Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series is off this week for the holiday. And then Monday night, we will be right back here for the ARCA Series live from Charlotte Motor Speedway. That will start at 9 o'clock. And then the Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series makes its return next Wednesday night, live from Darlington. I'm sorry, live from Phoenix for Third Coast Racing Xfinity Series. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe button wherever you are watching. And we will see you back here on Sunday night.